Gamers, Bungie's trolling us. They're making us think that we have to delete all our armor, maybe farm some new ones out, wait for the new Edge of Fate and grind out the armor 4 days, 5 days before the raid. Everyone's kind of all over the place. They don't know what to do. I just wanted to share some information with you that I noticed and things that could help you kind of understand what to do before Edge of Fate for your armor and what you can do prepping for the raid. If you're not day one raiding, you can grind slow. You don't have to worry about any of this information because you don't need to prep for the raid and you can just simply grind your own way. Hey, I've noticed most of you are watching this video. You might not be subbed. So click the sub button, juice the numbers so we can hook you up with more free stuff. That's right. What Clyde does is he does better on his videos. He gets giveaways and he gives them to you. So don't forget to hit that button. In the TWID this week, they said that mobility is now a weapons perk. Mostly hunters run all the mobility builds and my Titan and my Warlock just doesn't have any mobility armor. So right now you're thinking, should I go get mobility armor? And the answer is yes, because mobility is now weapons, resilience is health, recovery is now class, strength is melee, discipline grenade, and intellect is your super. And if you come down here and you scroll, I'm not going to go over all this, but I don't think it's going to be important to invest into health in a day one raid. 100 stat is fine because I don't think we're gonna have to worry about recharging our overshield and our health more quickly. Again, I could eat those words and we might need a juicer build for that, but we don't really know. If you're on a Titan or a punchy build on a hunter or a Warlock uppercut, you're going to want more than 100 strength because you get a 30% damage increase with melee ability charge if you're at 200 stats for melee. So for an ad clearing build, you could be on melee and you could take advantage of increased melee damage and also run artifact mods for next season to give you even more of a buff. Grenades. What if Warlocks are sitting on a nice grenade spam build? They want that 65% grenade ability damage. But remember, if you don't have 200 stats on your grenade and you only have like 55, you're still going to get a benefit. There's no wasted stats. Super. This is important. I want to go into damage on a boss with 45% increased super ability damage. Even if I can only get to 40, I want intellect. Intellect matters now. Class really doesn't need to worry about it. I don't need overshields. Weapons. This is huge. If I have 100 to 200, let's just say we're making a build that has max mobility and you have 200 stat here. It's going to give me fatter ammo bricks, which we want, more damage against the boss, and then free Vorpal on my weapons, 15% for primary and for special, and 10% for heavy. That is busted. I don't know about you guys, but it was Witness and the first boss of Salvation Zeds that really damage checked you and was really like very tight. So why pass up on this damage? So the whole point of this video is that you're not going to replace your Artifice armor that you currently have on right now or any armor that you farm in the game right now before the day one raid. So it's very important that you pay attention to these mobility stats and your intellect stats so that you can prep your loadouts for the day one raid. If you're a no life grinder, you'll probably be able to switch some out right before the raid because we don't know how much time gate there is here. I also did some digging through Milo's video. He showed that what you get for a seasonal bonus if you rock the new weapons and the new armor. Now, before going into the raid, we might not make this change because you have to use new stuff. But again, look, power slot weapon damage. If you're using a new gear, if everybody in your team is running a new power weapon, you're getting a 6% damage increase. On top of how much mobility you have on top of surges, all that. So that's 36% more damage you're doing to a boss if all 6 players have a new weapon on. Do we need that? Probably not, but still, stats are nice. And then it shows that you get kinetic and energy boost as well as damage resist. I think it's going to be really hard for us to switch over to this new armor. This is the whole point of what I'm saying because this chart was from Milo's video as well. We don't know what power level we're going to get to in the first 5 days because that's when raid day is on the 19th. It seems that you have to unlock power level difficulties. So if you want to unlock master difficulty in the game, you need to hit 300 power. How long is that going to take? Well, when you hit 200 power, that's your max gear score, you're going to start doing seasonal armor power. And you're going to be doing activities that are kind of hard, that are 20, 30 power levels above you, and you're only going to be getting +5 armor and +5 weapons. Now, there is target farming and there is no cap on how much you can farm, but going up 5 at a time is going to take a long time. So if you're thinking that you're just going to race to tier 5 before the day one raid, I think only the no-lifers are going to be able to do that because it's stated in multiple videos from the creators that to unlock tier 5 grind, you need to be around 400 total gear score, which is insane. So Artifice that's in your inventory right now, Artifice armor, it's going to land you around a 3 to 3.5 range of tiered armor in Edge of Fate. So any Artifice armor that you have currently on your character, you're already ahead of the game. you're not going to replace this armor right away. So I do want to point out that the first 3 months of your Edge of Fate grind, you're only going to be able to get the 450. 3 months into Edge of Fate will be their mid-season update, and you'll be able to go to 550. So you're not going to really be like casually grinding tier 5 armor until a few weeks into the DLC. Most people. Me, you know, I do this for a living, so I'll probably be getting there a little faster, but I don't want to burn myself out just because it's like, oh, hey, Clyde, go do this activity, run these negative modifiers. It's a free S tier grade. To go do that 50 times in a row is just not fun to me. And I want to take advantage of Bungie being able to be like, hey, you can grind whatever activity you want is going to give you higher loot. So I want to bounce around the game and not do the same stuff. Now let's talk about what you can do to farm this armor. Well, you have the hairy nipple lady. Keitel is this week. You can go in, run it on master, run the checkpoint. We did 2 Thunder Crash Titans and 1 Warlock. Warlock hit the tractor cannon, then switched their loadout to Lord of Wolves. And you see we won belled. If you do not kill Keitel in the first bell, it's okay. Just go to the second one, finish her off with Acris, and you'll be fine. To me, Artifice grind is nice because every 5 minutes you're farming the boss and you're getting a chance to get the Artifice armor, but you're also getting Echo engrams. These engrams are very important because these Echo engrams are at failsafe and you get stupid high stats. So we did some testing and Keitel dropped this. I had a mobility focus ghost. It gave me the 20 and then it spiked on strength. So for my Titan, I have weapon damage and I have strength, which is huge. But then I went to failsafe and I had on the same focusing mobility and I got this juicer. This is a 67 highest stat possible you can get on a legendary with an insane weapon boost to mobility and super boost to intellect. We've come to the conclusion that if you don't have people to play with and you don't feel like farming Keitel, because we did it back in the day, I think Echo farming engrams is the better play for you getting ready for the Edge of Fate. I think you can simply find the activities that you want to farm these engrams. Remember, all you got to do is just do some of the seasonal content and unlock the focusing. So I do want to point out that this is the tiering system of the gear for stats wise. So if you're able to farm tier 3 gear in Edge of Fate, which is going to be simply around the 200 to 300 power range, you're going to be getting stats between 59 and 64. Well, currently right now you can get better stats than that in the game, so might as well take advantage of this. Right now you can get stats 65 and above, just like a tier 4 would be, and tier 4 is 300 to 400, so it's going to be a while before you really replace the gear that you have on. So right now I just wanted to show you those stats so you can really think about what you want to do before Edge of Fate. To unlock the focusing here, I can't tell you the exact steps. I just know that I did all the seasonal content at failsafe and the quest, and the most important thing is you need to be able to focus these armor pieces. Now you will need to get these to drop, I know that for sure, but if you want me to give you the step-by-step on how to unlock the focusing, I do not know that. Probably just start the Echoes quest line until you get to the point where you have all these available. Do not click on this engram because it won't be high stat. You actually need to focus it and it will cost 2 engrams. So just for testing purposes here for the video to see if we can get some better spike stuff here, I'm going to come in here and use 2 engrams on the legs. We use 4 total and we got a decent strength spike there with the high mobility. And then we got a high discipline with 30 mobility. Again, this is insane. These spikes on this armor is good. I think it kind of does suck because you're not going to have the Artifice empty socket slot to get that extra boost. Right now, with the current stats that I have, just these 2 pieces alone could help me out. You're not going to have to put a lot of effort in this. Just try and get some high spiked gear, throw it in your vault, maybe use 10, 15 spots per character, call it a day. And if you don't end up using this armor when Edge of Fate launches, you can just hit a quick delete. Most people don't focus on mobility armor, so this is a time to take advantage of this. So to get these engrams, we did a test run on the Arena Breach. We actually went into expert mode and I got 8 engrams from 1 run. Now the run took about 10 minutes and I was playing with 2 experienced players, and we got a normal run and we got about 4 to 5 engrams in 10 minutes. Now doing that over and over and over would be really boring. I understand that if you don't want to do that and farm for engrams, you can just play anything else in the game that could be quick. Now you could go do lost sectors, you could see what the daily lost sectors and try and get those, or you could just double dip. Duality week, which it is this week, you can go farm duality, and while you're getting Artifice armor, maybe you get a juicy Artifice armor in your gauntlet spot, and then you get an Echo engram or 2, and then you go focus an Echo engram and you're able to get a chest piece. Right there, you're double dipping. Now there is tonics you can pop to get more armor dropping in these seasonal activities or just when you're playing, but I wouldn't recommend anyone to go do tonics because I hate them. I would never tell you guys to go grind those tonics. I thought that that was just a crappy system. But if you want to, go for it. You can also farm Grasp of Avarice when it's that rotating dungeon. So that one spikes too. It's really easy. Very easy way to get your super and go nuke the boss. You can one phase that boss, no problem. So it's kind of just up to you. But after all the data that I just tested, I really think that focusing the engrams at failsafe is probably the easiest way to do it. You can get your quick armor easily. Most of you probably have these echo engrams stacked. If you don't, you can easily stack them up. You have plenty of time. So hopefully me breaking this down kind of makes you understand what you want to go for and not be feeling like you're left behind when the new stuff comes out. Because like I said, it's going to take a long time for you to replace your current armor. You're not just going to start getting the good stuff right away. Bungie's trying to act, it's not like they're trying to bait you, but they're trying to make you think like, oh, the new armor is just going to be so good. Think about what we have in the game right now. We're able to just turn in engrams and get high spiked armor. We don't know if you're going to be able to do that in Edge of Fate. We're able to easily farm Artifice armor in the game right now because master dungeons just fall over. We're not going to be able to do that in Edge of Fate. So here's your time to grind some decent gear. If you already have decent gear, then you don't need to worry about this. But most of you don't have high mobility builds or high intellect builds unless you're a Crucible player, you know, for your high intellect builds. But take advantage of it, get set up. That way you're already ahead of the game. And then you don't have to really worry about panicking and power leveling and getting to the high loot gear, because I think it's going to take some time to level up in Edge of Fate. And we probably will go into the day one raid with our current gear on, unless we get extremely lucky. If you stayed to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. You guys might want to be hanging out in the lives more and in live Twitch chat, because this week we're going to be doing something special all week long in the streams, and we might be doing a crazy giveaway on June 21st. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.